Hey, what's up, guys? Tappy Insomniac here. We're gonna play some Disturbed. So I was kind of on YouTube messing around yesterday, and I happened to find a couple of videos of Disturbed, and was kind of intrigued. And then I found that it was actually free on Steam. So figured I'd download it and maybe do a recording. We're just gonna do a straight playthrough because there's not a whole lot to the game, but it can also get very complicated. I know that sounds weird, but you'll understand as you watch the video more. Let's start the game. Another dull day passes as you struggle to manage your failing farm. Your crops are beginning to wilt, and your cow is sick. For some time, the land has been very quiet. The air has grown thick and foul. Each passing day, you feel more uncertain if things will ever return to how they were before. Perhaps it is up to you. You've made up your mind. You're going to do something about it. You stand in front of your humble home, pondering what you should do next. Well, let's go to the shed. You attempt to open the shed door, but the door won't budge. You remember locking it some time ago, but you can't remember what you did with the key. Let's go to the house then. Entering the house, you feel a subtle uneasiness, as if the growing blight outside has penetrated the walls of your safe haven. From what you see, however, everything is the same as you left it. Perhaps this may be a good time to just lay in bed and wish that your problems will just go away. You fight the notion, but the temptation is still there. Alright, well, I'm gonna lay in bed last. Read the journal. Dear Journal, another usual day on the farm. The crops are growing with good health. Beth Ann is also doing quite well. I'm never disappointed with the milk she provides. If things continue to go well, I may be able to invest in more animals. The farmer can only be so social with a cow. Maybe he should invest in more friends so he's not being social with just a cow. But actual humans too. Now, what am I saying? That's insane. Dear Journal, today has been an unfortunate day. Somebody broke into my shed and stole some things. I usually don't mind if someone steals a bite to eat from the garden, but to take my equipment? Well, I put a lock on the door and hid the key. Nobody will ever get into my stuff again. Including yourself, because you can't remember where the key went. Dear Journal, I woke up one night to a foul smell I have never come across before. Took a step outside to see what I could find, but I found nothing after searching about the farm. Whatever it is, it must be bad. I should make a trip into the city to see what this is about. Open the chest. You open the chest and find nothing more than a pile of papers. It seems you have less valuables than you anticipated. You close the chest. You don't know what is in your chest? Aren't you the one that put everything there? Okay, so that does just say the same. Lay in bed. You lay in your bed and fall asleep to the light sound of wind blowing outside against the grass. You begin to hear whispers and chants, but you can't make anything out of it. An image appears before you, a stone, glowing as if it were alive. The chants get louder as your vision grows in more detail. You reach toward the stone with your hand. As your finger makes contact, a clash of thunder rattles around you. Your clothing and skin start to flake away like dust in the wind. The particles flow into the stone, sapping the life from your body. You feel pain you have never experienced before, and fear begins to flood over you. You suddenly see yourself laying in bed, never to wake up again. Your adventure ends here. And that is kind of how the game goes. Things happen, and then so things will happen, and then you basically are just trying to get through the game without dying, and a lot of random crap happens, and we've already done that, so go to the crops. Path divides the crops you have labored so hard to prosper these past months. Penetrating odor reminds you that your plants are decaying away, and time is running short. You can go into the pen. Toxic fume burns your nose as you enter the pen. Your poor cow lays lifeless on the ground as a growing blight slowly begins to consume her body. Feel sick to your stomach as you stand there, especially as you stare at the black mushrooms that dot the ground. The black mushrooms. Always eat the shrimps. Inspect the water. You inspect the water, looking for anything abnormal. You notice that the water has a dark consistency to it. Dropping a stone into it, black particles from the bottom swirl about like a thunderstorm. Your face shrivels in disgust. Let's grab a mushroom, because that's always a good thing, obviously. You kneel down and grab a mushroom. As you begin to rip it out of the ground, a cloud of spores spray from the mushroom. Your hands begin to burn as you melt, and melt as you observe them. Slowly, your body shrivels up into a dark, moist consistency as the poison spreads. You die, eventually, after crawling about on the ground. Your adventure ends here. Okay. Skippy. Skip. Go to the grass. Alright, this time, follow the path. Continue down the trail for a while until you see a cave off in the distance. You pause, questioning if there could be anything helpful in there. Yes, because it's obviously not going to be like a murderous bear or anything that's going to try and kill us or something. There's a faint whistle from the wind passing between the rocks. The temperature significantly cools as you enter the cave. As it would seem, most temperature-based things happen during a cave. It gets colder because, sun doesn't really get into it. You notice that there's a different smell, but you welcome it, comparing it to the deathly blight outside. Go further. Bear. See? Bears live in caves. Predictable. They're going to kill us all now. Before you take your next step, a large bear emerges from the darkness. You realize that you have made a terrible mistake even thinking that something helpful can be in here. We'll fight the bear because we are total bosses and we can kill everything. You scan the ground and notice that there are numerous rocks you can grab to throw at the bear. You begin to do so as the bear approaches you. One after the other, you throw the rocks as hard as you can. The bear charges at you as you bend over to grab another rock, tackling you to the ground. The bear bites into your neck. Your body quickly goes limp, and you die. Obviously, this bear is a vampire, because he bit into your neck. Your adventure ends here. Yeah. Okay. Can't load yet. No! Didn't mean you could. It's okay. Skip. Go to the cross. Skip. Fall pass. Skip. Alright, now we're back. Continue down the path. Come to a stop as you stumble upon a broken wagon. Inspect the wagon. You look about the mess and find bits of food and cloth scattered about the scene. You notice a key at the ground during your search. I wonder if that key unlocks our shed. Maybe they stole a key. Pick up the key and continue on your way. For what felt like an hour or two, you reach a bridge. Nearby, the path is a small shack, similar to the house you have on the farm. Because we went a big circle, and now we're back home. The man that lives here is a kind fellow, from what you recall. Maybe he's home. Right, because, yeah. Inspect the shack, so we can't go back, so obviously it's not the key to our shack. You walk toward the structure and knock on the door. You scratch the back of your head, figuring that the person that lives here is currently occupied, if not elsewhere. You remember picking up a key from the wagon, and you use it on the door. The door unlocks. You decide to help yourself in. Observing the empty room, you realize something terrible must have taken place here. The room is a wreck, just like the wagon. You are overcome with fear as you think of the man that used to dwell here. Inspect the book on the table. Pick up the book and start to flip through the pages. You discover that this is a journal. Reading a passage or two can't hurt. Today's trading went smoothly. Thank goodness. What I am thrilled most about, however, is what one of my buddies mentioned to me at the conclusion of our day. Apparently there's a pond nearby that has some of the biggest fish in the region. With good catch, I can make enough to move things forward. I was caught off guard when he mentioned that nobody has been able to catch any from there. Yes, your typical fishing rod won't do the trick, but what can be done about it then? Something to be intrigued about, I suppose? These past couple weeks have been really rough for me. My trading business has gone under, and I have lost nearly everything I own. This has pushed me to extremes, but that can't be helped now. I am leaving this place forever, never to return. The land is dying, and there is nothing but darkness here. Anyone reading this should leave while they can. Can't find a name to give this man, but regardless of the name, you got chills running down your spine. Now we're going to open the trapdoor. Observe the trapdoor and notice the lock keeping it closed. With the key, you unlock the hatch and open it. Without thinking, you travel down the room. And there's a lady in the corner. That's not good. Walking down the steps leading below, the air attacks your body with a piercing cold. You notice immediately that there is a woman chained to the wall. She doesn't seem to notice you as you study her. You feel darkness surround you as you stay in this awful place. We're going to talk to the woman. You tremble as you try to form words in your mouth. You there. Let me out of here. The pressure of such a demand makes you freeze. Take a moment to think about the situation before you respond. What got you locked up to begin with? You'll never believe me, even if I told you the truth. Something brought you here. Please, have mercy on me. Free the woman. You approach the woman and unlock the shackles that bind her. As her arms become free, she moans in pain. Oh, thank you so much. The woman struggles to regain her strength but starts to stand up on her own. She gets up, she turns towards you. I will now do you a favor. What seemed to be the face of a helpless woman disappears as a horrible image manifests itself before you. Feel the chilling grip of bowed head lock onto your arms. Oh, God, excuse me. Energy flees from your body and you fall to your knees. You feel the essence of your life slip away as everything goes black. It is unfortunate that your journey ends here. Wow. So, don't help people. Because obviously that doesn't go well. Because they just gonna mess you up. Continue on. Here we go. Cross the bridge. Okay, you cross the bridge safely and continue down the trail. After all that has happened, you feel that you should take a moment to rest. You find a spot under a tree and sit down. Getting comfortable, you tilt your head back against the tree and gaze into the sky. Let's pick at the grass. As you pick at the grass blades and you reach, the ground begins to shake. Before you can get up, roots from below sprout from the ground and wrap around your legs. You turn around to see a large, angry face looking back at you. Your jaw drops in horror. No sound or scream escapes your tongue as the tightening grip of the roots squeeze what air is left out from your body. Your adventure ends here. Okay, we're picking up the grass. The tree. And the tree decides to murder us. And how is it that we got lucky enough to just sit by this one tree that decides to kill us all? Alright. Cross the bridge. Okay, now we're back. And we're gonna quick save. After all that has happened, you feel that you should take a moment to rest. You find a spot. Take a nap. Your eyes close and your body relaxes. You fall asleep within seconds. As your mind wanders, you see a mirror image. That's not what I wanted to do. Details emerge as you gaze. You wonder who this might be. Bad feeling then overcomes you and you realize who this is. It is I. You try to wake yourself up. You wake up and jump to your feet, looking about yourself. Hey, your surroundings. I'm gonna say that quick just to make sure that we have it saved. Thinking about yourself and your surroundings all seems well. You can't help but feel fearful that something bad will happen to you if you stay here. Moving forward seems like the only logical option now. You reach a point where the trail splits into two paths. Which way should you go? You're gonna go left. After continuing down the path for some time, you come to a stop. You notice that there is some sort of trail that leads through the grass up toward a nearby hill. If you had not stopped, you probably would have never noticed. Which way do you go? I'm gonna follow the trail in the grass. Ooh, a sword. I'll take that. Following the subtle trail in the grass, you stumble upon what looks like a grave. Oh, my bus is so crazy when it's plugged in. Yeah, now that's done. Following the subtle trail in the grass, you stumble upon what looks like a grave. Inspect the grave. You approach the grave. You look at the sword with intrigue. Before you can touch the sword, a ghostly figure appears before you. You freeze before the apparition. Sword, may I have it? The blade is cursed. I am bound here, though, by the pain of my past. If you desire the sword, free me from it. You slowly motion for the sword. Fool! Only something of pure essence can free me. A rare hope, like a flower found in darkness. I'm gonna take it anyways. You reach for the sword. Before you can lay a finger on it, the spirit grabs your arm. Sharp pain flows over your body as your flesh melts off your bone. What fragments remain fall to the ground. Your adventure ends here. Curse of the day. Oh wait. Oh. Details match. Go left. Escape. There's a way to oh shoot, never mind. You walk for some time to find an endless field of grass. There's a stone wall near the path. Inspect the well. Peer down the well. Other than the evident water at the bottom, there's a coin resting against the wall of the well. Right there. If possible, you feel you should go down and take the coin. Grab the coin. Lean over the edge of the well. There's no possible way you can obtain the coin by reaching for it. With this in mind, you turn and climb down along the inner wall of the well. Take a few successful steps down, but your luck runs out. You misplace your foot, and you fall. Tumbling about, your body clashes against the stone walls. With a single knock on the head, you lose all consciousness of your accident. With a splash, you fall into the water. Your body sinks effortlessly, and you drown without realizing it. Your adventure ends here. Wow. Alrighty then. Left, go left. Skip. Follow the trail. Continue. Pause. Okay, so we went to the sword this time and then just past the sword instead of trying to grab it. You pause to see that there's a lake nearby. The trail continues on to your right. Inspect the lake. You step near the lake and look down into it. First thing underwater is an orb of some sort sitting on the bottom of the lake. There's something strange about it, as if it were calling out to you. It's diving. You close your eyes and jump into the lake. You open your eyes to see the stone sitting before you. You start to make your way toward it. Well, that's ugly. A large fish comes into view. It quickly notices you with its mouth stretched open. So this is the lake with all the big fish. You try to leave from the surface, but the fish catches up to you. You quickly find yourself helpless before the creature. You close your eyes as the giant fish rips your body apart with its teeth. You die a very painful death. Your adventure ends here. So we just skip the lake. The faint trail comes to an end. There's a collection of stone pillars down the hill. Beyond the hill is a large field of grass. Inspect the stone pillars. Stand before the large stones, arranged in the shape of a circle. In the center is a stone with what appears to be some sort of slot or hole. No doubt about it, something is meant to be placed here. I'm going to guess it's the orb that we found by that fish. Seeing that you can't do anything, you head back. The faint trail comes to an end, blah blah. Explore the field. You find yourself gazing over a grass field, with hills rolling off into the distance. A unicorn. As if a trick upon your eyes, you see a unicorn run across the field. It disappears out of sight before you can do anything. Surely the unique powers of a unicorn can help you with your quest. There's clearly something wrong. If only there was a way to charm it. Oh, now we're gonna have to go back for now. Alright, now we're actually going to continue down the path past the well. You walk for some time, and continue on. Woo! This must be the city that we have to go and visit and whatnot. Walking over hills of grass and grain, you reach the walls of Aramor. Several times a year, you come here to trade goods from the farm. You discover the plague that has spread to your farm has also spread all the way out here. path before you is overrun with blight. Continue across. You have come a long way, and you don't desire to turn back now. You march forward into the tainted soil. Before you can realize what has happened, you sink completely under the ill soil. Darkness consumes you, and your lungs struggle for air. Your body burns in pain as you suffocate and die. Your adventure ends here. Alright, we're going right this time, because clearly there's nothing. You reach the end of the pathway, and in the distance is a tower looking over the area. A gate secures passage to the area with a wall around the property. Also of interest, there's a tree that has a hole carved into it. Let's inspect the tree. You approach the tree and notice the hole is big enough to fit your hand. Of course it's big enough. It's probably just you're gonna stick your hand in there, you're gonna grab something, you're gonna pull on it, and slices off your hand, and then you bleed to death and die. You look and see something shiny in the hole, as if they were metal. See? Something shiny. Something's gonna get you. Feeling around with your hand, you find 3 knobs. One on the right, one centered in the middle, and one on the left. Press the knobs. Left one. Nothing. Middle knob. Nothing. Nothing. The knobs lock in place. Wait for a moment, but nothing happens. It must be some sort of combination. No, that's not what I wanted. Press the knobs. Knob lock in place. Ooh. Alright, so left, right, right. Sounds good. You hear the rumbling of rocks as the ground starts to shift underneath you. Very nice. Quick save. Everything goes dark, and you sink below the surface. The hole above seals up, trapping you underground. Oh, that's fantastic. Find yourself with no evident way out but the path before you into the darkness. Your only choice is to move forward. You see 3 separate paths within the walls of the cavern. Which path do you choose? We're going to go forward. Cautiously step forward into the darkness. You come to a divide. Which way do you go? Thinking right. You hear a subtle echo of shifting rocks before you. An eye appears before you as it pierces the darkness. Before you can do anything, tentacles burst from the ground and grip your body. Pulls you about, but you resist as much as you can. Not sure what you can do, you continue to resist until you can think of something. Your body begins to grow weak as your strength burns away. You suddenly feel yourself pulled to the ground, and you are dragged about like a regular. It's not long before the creature devours your body, leaving nothing behind. Your adventure ends here. Quick save. Oh shoot, wrong one. Alright. Now we're going to go forward again. This time, we're going to go left. See if we can do it. Nope, it's the same thing. Skippy, skippy. Okay. Alright. Let's see. This time, I'm going to go right. Ooh. And right again. Ooh, mushroom. Passageway soon ends with an enlarged mushroom sitting in front of you. A steady river of water flows between you and the mushroom. Inspect the mushroom, because obviously inspecting the last mushroom didn't do anything problematic, so yeah, let's just inspect this mushroom. You walk towards the mushroom as if there were something more than what meets the eye. Walking forward, you take a step into the water. To your dismay, your foot hits no bottom and you fall. You reach to grab hold of the edge of the surface, but your body freezes stiff. You lose your sight completely as the chilling water sends your body into shock. Without any sense of touch and warmth, your lifeless body sinks into the darkness. Your adventure ends here. Okay. Let's explore the right and then the left. Okay. Passage. Ooh, you walk forward into the dark, unsure of what lies beyond. Okay. Oh, shoot. Go right. To make your way forward, you discover a large cavern. An old-looking ship rests against the edge of the lake, with debris scattered about the surrounding area. There's going to be skeletons waiting to drag you underwater. You cautiously walk down toward the ship. The air is chilling, and you fear it won't be a good idea to stay too long. The possibility of discovering something that can help you drives you to explore. Climb aboard the ship. As you take a moment to observe your surroundings, you are only welcomed Welcome to the trickle. Pretty sure that's supposed to be by. The trickle of water brushing against the wood of the ship. Anyway, you're about to see where you can go. Every footstep you take feels heavy as you hear the sound of wood cracking under your feet. You feel the ship has been here for quite some time. You explore under the deck of the ship. Nothing but the sound of your footsteps bounce about the structure of the ship. From one room to another, you come to discover a kitchen. Although there is nothing unique about it, you feel you should take a moment to inspect it. Inspect the drawers. Pull one out after another, finding that they have been empty. Dust spreads about the air as you disturb their rest. Checking underneath, you discover a rusty knife resting on the floor. You find that there are plenty of hard mat trappings dotting the edge of the wall. Take the knife in hopes that you may defend yourself with it. Inspect the oven. You see a lone pot resting upon a dusty stovetop. Gaze downward and open the oven door. Nothing but ash fill the oven chamber. You close the oven door. Alright, let's move on. Continue your lonely tour of the ship, only to find that there is nothing of use or value. Make your way back to the deck and decide to continue your search. Then you find nothing but empty rooms, left to remain in the dark solitude. You discover a door with fancy markings about the woodworks. Perhaps this is where the captain resided. You discover the room of the captain. Unlike the other parts of the ship, everything seems to have been left alone in this room. Before you rests an old wooden desk with papers and assumed belongings of the captain. There's a small bed off near the corner of the room and some chairs in the other. You have a feeling deep down that you shouldn't take anything. Other than the lamp and other objects, there is a small stack of papers in contrast to a lone paper resting by itself. Approaching the desk, you begin to inspect the papers resting on the desk. Stack of papers. Peering about the pages of this collective pile of documents, you realize that most of these are personal notes or journal entries. You pick a few and begin to read. Day 7. The voyage has gone quite smooth as we begin our second week away from home. The spirits of the men are high as we anticipate the discovery of new things that lie beyond our documented knowledge. It has been my dream to accomplish something world-changing. Together we move forward with full hearts and unbreakable spirits. Day 66. It has been just over 2 months out at sea. We have yet to discover anything new. We have suffered through many storms and sickness has plagued the ship recently. Several of my favorite crew have passed on to the next life. I see the growing doubt in the eyes of my fellow laborers as our voyage continues day after day. Food rations have been cut in half in fears that we have to turn back. Dare not let myself think of failure. Those men that have lost their lives, the sacrifices to make this voyage possible, cannot let them be in vain. Day 91. It has come to roughly 3 months out here on the endless blue. With much pain, we have turned around. Yes, we are headed for home port. We have just enough food to make it back. I just hope we have a smooth journey back. Spirits of the crew are low and bitter due to our failure. Do not let myself get caught up in thinking of it. Truly, we did not intend for this to happen. The lone document. Notice to the crew. Due to our unexpected predicament, everyone is being split up into groups of 2 and 3. Scouting assignments will be given until we find a more habitable place to settle. For now, we must do what we can. Seeing that there is little left to see, you take your leave. The wind under your feet clackle as you exit the vessel. Make your way back to where the tunnel divides. Alright, so now we have a knife. Let's go left. Okay. I wonder if that just brought us back. Yeah, that definitely brought us back. Alright, we're gonna go back. Go left. Alright, let's see if we can't defeat that monster with this little knife thing that we have. Go right. We can do anything. It pulls it out. You resist. You remember the knife you have found and struggle to bring it out. With success, you hold the knife and begin to cut away the appendages that bind you. The room vibrates as you do cut, and the creature immediately leaves you alone. It takes you a moment to catch your breath. Come to a divide. Which way you go? Quick save that. We're gonna go right. The path you walk comes to an end before you shines a pillar of light. The light rests on a corpse that seems to have been here for quite some time. Near the corpse stands a lone flower. For some reason, you feel hope enter your heart as you gaze upon the flower. Ooh! Cool. So this flower is probably as the, like the soldier that was cursed to the blade. He said you need a flower that blooms in the darkness or whatever. This is probably that flower. There's something special about the scene, but you can't put your finger on it. Perhaps it may be best to leave in reverence for now. What? I can't pick up the flower? That's weird. Continue your way into the darkness. And now we're back. So, now we're going to go left. Cautiously make your way through the darkness. And go right. You struggle forward as the way before you becomes completely dark. You notice that there is a light off in the distance. You continue to make your way forward. Eventually, you make it to some sort of concrete room. Turning around, you see a hole in the wall where you came from. You guess that it wasn't part of the initial design. Turn around to see a door. There being little to nothing in the room, you decide to move on through the doorway. You find yourself in what looks like a basement. Turn about to discover that in each direction there is a door. Boxes of supplies and debris litter the floor and corners of the room. You notice that there are several markings on the doors and floor, some of which scare you. You got a bad feeling about this place. Let's inspect the supplies. You walk about the room, browsing through dust-covered storage. Find some rope in one of the boxes. It feels strong to the touch and has minimal wear. You decide to take the rope. I wonder if you couldn't use the rope to get that other mushroom back there where we drowned. Enter the lift door. You enter into a small room with a large hole in the wall. There are other objects in the room, but not that many. Oh. Now, that's just the room that we came out of, I think. To the middle door. You enter a room full of metal cages. Before you is a hallway marked with questionable markings. You don't like the feeling you have about this place. Whatever was in these cages surely did not like to be locked up. Notice that there is an animal in the cage on the left of the room, but from the dark stains on its fur, it is dead. Cautiously walk down the hallway, entering a room with 2 cell doors. Before you can do anything, a large hound leaps in front of you. The beast doesn't look very vicious, but one wrong move can surely be the end of you. Pull out the knife and prepare for an attack. Reacts and starts to growl at you. The hound dashes at you and sinks its teeth into you. Even with the knife, you merely cut the beast before it knocks the knife out of your hands. You don't survive long and die a painful death. Your adventure ends here. Wow. You suck. Okay. So, I can't do anything. I'm going to go left. And right. Alright, here's one. Let's put this supplies. And go through the right door. Enter a small room. There's a large cauldron in the center of the room with wood resting beneath. There's nothing on the shelves as if someone cleaned this place up. Look into the pot but find nothing. Nothing else to see. You exit the room. Alright, so we're going to go back. Oh, no, there's a door behind us. Okay, you walk up the steps. Enter a large room. The air is polluted with dust and spider web covered the wall and ceiling. Where should you go now? The far door. The door struggles to move, but you enter into what appears to be a spider's den. Why did it have to be full of the spiders? Why couldn't it be full of the butterflies? Something like that, right? I'm not good at perfectly quoting things. All I know is that Ron is like, spiders. Why did it have to be spiders? The air is thick and the room is a mess of web and body parts. You notice that there are a couple items in the room that could be useful. Nothing else. There's a key on the ground that you will no doubt need. And a big ass spider. Yep, we're gonna die. Before you can even act, a large spider falls from above. You have no doubt that it is hungry. Without hesitation, the spider attacks you. You pull out your knife and stab the spider when you can. Fortunately, the knife doesn't scare the spider and it bites you with ease. You begin to lose feeling all over your body and everything goes black. Your adventure ends here. Sam doesn't save you in this story. Sam, why What do you use to me? Okay, we're actually gonna go back down. Shoot this down. And see if we can't attach that rope to the mushroom. Walk towards if there's something walking forward, and nope. Okay. Wow, okay, so clearly the rope, oh wait. That's why. We didn't have that rope. Wow, I'm stupid. Okay. Because it says that the mushroom is really big, and so... Okay, yep, so that's not going to happen. Alright, well, go back, go down, inspect the supplies, and now we're going to exit. Wait, go back. I want to enter the door. Alright, now we're going to go upstairs. You discover what looks like a private library. There's a passageway before you with bookcases on the left and right. That's the books. Take a moment to look at the books. Some of them catch your eye. Rituals of the Ancients. You flip around until something grabs your attention. Pillars of stone. Years before current times, there were unique religious practices that revolved the Stonehenge. It's said that these stones were lined up in a special way and often organized in a circular pattern. Organizing the stones this way unlocks an ancient power researchers still have trouble understanding. In the middle of the circle would be a stone or two for the keystone roadstone. This is the greatest mystery of this ancient practice. From ancient records, it is written that the energies from the surrounding stones channel their power into the keystone. Stop reading because the next page of the book has been torn out. There is a bent page marking a section of the book. You turn to it. The art of charming is not necessarily limited to the instrument, to how the musician goes about playing a given instrument. Some are definitely easier to use than others, and for a skill such as this, there are few instruments recommended. The harp is one of these recommended instruments. From vicious dogs to shy unicorns, the soothing voice of the harp can calm the troubled heart. Of course, not all creatures can fall for this simple trick, but it can mean the difference between life and death in some situations. Gunpowder. Flipping through the pages, there is one in particular that has ink markings all over it. Raw energy is a powerful substance not to be trifled with. It is merely myth that such energies exist. One does not simply stumble upon a pillar of godly power. Even if such a fate is yours, bare hands cannot contain the force. It must be bent and channeled into a specially crafted vessel to carry it. There have been accounts across time of individuals possessing such power. Although they pass away as sand, their relics of power remain as powerful artifacts that nations around the world will fight for. So we're going to move forward. But if you had been listening, they said harp, which I'm guessing is a hint at something that'll happen because it also talked about a dog and a unicorn, which we have seen so far. So, we'll see what happens. You walk up more stairs, you pause as you notice a stone carving of a person praying that is attached to the wall. Something odd about it, but you can't quite put your finger out. With caution, you continue on the stairs. You enter a strange room with a large globe centered about the room. There are windows that let the light shine through. You notice that there's a chest resting against the wall to the right. You also notice that there's another passageway, like the previous room. Open the chest. Approaching the chest, you notice there's a lock fastened to it. With no key to unlock the chest, you decide to leave it alone. Inspect the globe. Study the globe attached to the floor surface. The craft is made of metal, and there is fine detail in the grooves. There are various markings and names scattered across the globe. It takes you a moment, but you find a marking of where you are. You notice that there are some hand-drawn markings within the area made with black ink. There must be something close by that has interested the author of these markings. To add to the mystery, there are similar markings in other areas around the globe. So, the chest is locked. There was a key down by the spider. You have to get rid of the spider somehow. Climb the stairs to find a wall ending your path. Above the end of the stairway is a hatch. Open the hatch. You open the hatch and pull yourself up. You made it to the top of the tower. Before you is a stone of power resting upon it with a rock. Dark vines have entangled the structure as if they were feeding off the energies of the stone. Body begins to tremble as you stand before the stone. You definitely feel weaker being up here, as if the stone is sapping away your energy. You must destroy the stone. This may be your only chance. You approach the stone and grasp onto it. You lose sight and feeling immediately as your hands become glued to the stone. Your life is drained from your body, only bones remain to testify of your death. Your adventure ends here. Oh, shit. Alright, so now we're outside of the place that we were in. Standing before the tower, your heart begins to sink. This is no doubt the birthplace of this flag. There's a fountain before you, statues on your left. Inspect the statue on your right. Before you stands an old angel statue that is broken in many areas. With one hand, the angel is holding some sort of bowl. Excuse me. While the other hand is hovering over the bowl, you notice that there is only 2 remaining fingers on the angel's other hand. I feel you should keep your distance and just observe the statue. Something smart. Observe the statue on the left. You see an old statue of an angel that has been consumed by vines of book. The angel is holding a book in one hand, the other with one finger pointed towards the sky. You feel it best to leave the statue alone. That's not what I wanted. Inspect the fountain. There's a dark haze above the fountain. The water is black and the smell burns with every breath. You feel a slight pull toward the fountain, as if it were calling for you. Yet, or no. Or no. We already inspected the tree. I'm actually going back to the sword because, shoot. I think you actually have to talk to this guy and then leave because we didn't talk to him prior to going to the flower, and so I'm going to see if that'll actually work. So I'll be back. Alright, so yeah, that must have done the trick because now we're actually in a scene where we actually inspect the flower. Okay, so there's something special about this flower. Light continues to pierce through the darkness from an opening above. Surely this gives you some hope that all is not lost. Seeing that there is nothing else for you here, you turn around. Go left. And go left again. Go right. And we had to go back behind of us and up the stairs. Wait, no. Go back downstairs. We had to go outside. Then we leave and go back to where the path split. We go left and up the trail, and now we inspect the grave. The ghost appears. Without hesitation, you reach for the flower to give to the spirit. The spirit grabs the flower from your hand as you extend it to it. You feel a subtle breeze blow by as the figure fades away with the flower. A faint whisper dances about the air. I am free, at last. You feel a sense of relief within you, and you reach for the sword. Now wield this special sword. Continue on. Alright, now we have a sword. You pause to see that there is a lake nearby. The trail continues on to your right. Inspect the lake. Now that we have the sword, let's see if we can't kill this fish. You step near the lake and look down into it. Okay, see that. Dive in. Skip that. And you grab the sword and hold it close, pointed at the fish. This fish swims at you with haste. Just as it gets in range, you thrust the sword into the top of the mouth. The sword penetrates and goes through the forehead of the fish. It struggles about in pain as blood filters through the water. Pull the sword out, and the fish retreats out of sight. You know it will live long. With the fish no longer a threat, you make your way to the orb. Holding it in your hands, you feel it vibrate as if there was energy inside it trying to break loose. This must be important. Exit the lake with the orb in your possession. Pause to see that there's a lake. Okay. Continue along your trail. And we're actually going to go over here, because I think you can put this orb here. Yeah, you remember the orb you found on the lake nearby. You place the orb into the slot placed into the cove rock. The stones that surrounded you begin to glow. The light radiates and glows brighter. Flash of light, your surroundings change. The ground no longer is grass. The newly discovered floor appears to be very old, as if crafted by somebody long ago. Rubble and stone near the edges of the platform also hint that this is an ancient place. Looking onward, at the end of the path is a fountain of light. There seems to be no beginning or end, and endless power steadily flowing. You are amazed at such a sight. You approach the light. Don't go into the light! The light intrigues you, and you walk toward it. Rays of light brush about you as if they are seeking to break away from its home. Feel the energy flow into you, but you struggle to contain it. The body begins to glow immensely, and you burn from the inside out. You're blinded by the flow of power, and you dissolve before it. Your body becomes disintegrated by the light. Your adventure, unfortunately, ends here. Oh god. We didn't save. Let's hope that the... Okay, so thank god the autosave. Now seeing what secrets these stones contain, well, back. You know you can come back at a later time. Pick up the orb. With the orb back in your possession, you walk back toward the trail. So this way is a unicorn. We can't do anything about the unicorn yet. So we're going to go back. Go back to the grave. And go back again. And continue down the path. Because honestly, there's no time to continue. Oh wait. And now we're here. And we still can't do anything, I don't think. So, go back to the grass. Back to where it's split. Go right. Now we gotta get back in, but there's a barrier blocking the doorway, so you can't ever go back that way. So you actually have to go and do this every time you want to get into that building. Alright. Nope. Okay, left. And right. Alright. Now we're back in this room. So we're going to quick save. And into the middle floor. shoot. This is where the dog is. And the sword doesn't do anything, so the dog gets to kill us. Yay. Oh, Joe. Look. No! Go back. Good load. Yes. Okay, now we're back here. Into the door of the right. Nope, that was wrong. We gotta go behind us, that's where it was. We're gonna go take in the spider. Yeah. Before you can even act, a large spider falls from above you. You know what that is. Without hesitation, the spider attacks you. You pull out your sword and stab the spider as it lunges at you. Over and over again, you stab the monster. Each time it's close to pain. The spider flees into the darkness overhead. You hear it motioning about. Possibly to strike again. You notice the key on the ground close by your feet. Before more trouble happens, you quickly grab the key and make it for the door. Feel you got what you need, there is no reason to go back in that room again. So you can't go back in there. We've already been here, but I wanted to go to the chest, because we found a key. So if we open the chest, you notice there's a lock. With the key you found earlier, you try it on the lock. The lock clicks loose, and you open the chest. Woo! You discover a small wooden harp. Da-da-da. We got a harp, which is really funny because that's actually one of the instruments in Legend of Zelda. So that sound actually works for that. Take the harp and close the chest. Let's go back downstairs because now we can actually might be able to tame the beast. No, whatever. We'll just go back in through the bottom. Actually, since we're out here, we may as well just go to the unicorn. Unicorn. Sure what is going on, you think of a way to tame the beast. You suddenly remember the harp you found earlier. With the harp in hand, you pluck the strings. Soothing calm comes over you as you listen. The unicorn comes into view and stops before you. The unicorn glares at you, and you begin to hear a faint voice in your head. And unicorns can use to Human, have ear for my words. Great evil has gripped these lands, and it has rendered me powerless. You must find some way to stop it. I wish I could help you, but without my full power, I can do little. The fate of this land depends on you. Before you can speak, the unicorn turns and runs off again. Realize that you are alone to complete this quest of yours. This is no longer about saving your farm. You must save the whole land from the spreading darkness. You turn back as you question what you should do next. Okay, now we're going to go back to the dog. See what happens when we talk to the dog. Just talk to the dog. Not like just calm it with the harp. Wait. Alright, it was middle, right? Yeah, okay. So, you cautiously walk down the hallway. Before you can do anything, a large hound leaps in front of you. The beast doesn't look very vicious, but one on you can surely be near. Pull out the harp and begin to pluck at the strings. The hound begins to wag its tail. To your surprise, the beast walks away as if it were charmed by the harp. You never gave it much thought how powerful music could be. Cell door on the right. You enter the cell on the right. You see a wooden table on its side, some debris on the floor, and a large hole in the corner of the room. You see nothing special, and you motion towards the hole. You discover a passageway underground. Unfortunately, all you can see is fallen rock blocking the way through. Seeing that there's little you can do, you go back where you came. And now the one on the left. You open the door to find a skeleton positioned in the corner of the room. There's also a bed and some chains attached to the wall. You have no doubt this individual was locked up for a long time. Inspecting the skeleton, you notice a ring on one of the bone fingers. There's a faint glow of light emanating from the ring. As if it were magical, you may find such a ring useful. You take the ring and put it on with a perfect fit. Interesting. If it's a perfect fit, that can mean one thing. This is a game and it's meant for us. Oh. Seeing that there's nothing of interest here, you leave this up. Alright, so now we leave. We'll look on the right. Oh yeah, this large cauldron. I wonder if you can do anything with the cauldron. The lock. Oh, that's not what I wanted. Into the door behind you. And go outside. Alright, so actually, where's the light? Okay, so now with the ring will actually absorb a bunch of the energy from the light. So you remember the ring you have found and pointed toward the light. Your hand trembles as light flows into it. Before you can think, the ring begins to burn and you stumble back. Light shines brightly from the ring. You notice a subtle warmth as you observe. Oh god. I cannot stop jumping today. You feel that you accomplished what you must do here. You pick up the orb. Okay. So now, with a powered up ring, I have an idea. So I'm going to go back, pass it. Alright, so we're going to see if the ring full of energy can actually destroy this. You have made it to the top of the tower. Before you is a stone of power resting upon an altar. Dark vines have entangled the structures if they're feeding off the energy of the stone. Your body begins to tremble as you stand before the stone. You definitely feel weaker being up here, as if the stone is sapping away your energy. Destroy the stone. You stretch forth your fist and point the ring at the stone. You can feel the resistance as if the stone is trying to defend itself. Try to keep hope and focus on the ring. A burst of light shoots out from the ring, penetrating the stone. You feel the very air shake about. The ground beneath your feet begins to vibrate. The ring becomes heavier to hold in place, but you know that it is working. You feel confidence and a sense of joy sweep over you. The light intensifies, nearly blinding you. The ground beneath you shakes violently as if the tower itself was trying to stop you. A little fear in you becomes powerless as you focus on your task. The thing goes white, blinding you completely. A weird sensation comes over you, and you feel as light as a feather. You begin to feel a tingling sensation all over your body as you hone your senses. The feeling suddenly flees your body, and you find yourself motionless. Everything is cold, and your ability to concentrate begins to leave. Your journey ends here because you died because you suck. Because you totally defeated the game, and we're not going to let you do that. You open your eyes, witnessing what is left of the tower. So the tower collapsed, obviously. You begin to feel something, warmth. Light. It is coming back. You lack the strength to talk as the unicorn comes into view. Light emanates from the horn on its head. All you can do is smile as the creature approaches. The light intensifies. You may have saved the land, but the unicorn has come to save you. The adventure does not end here. Interesting. That may or may not be the end of Disturbed. I'm going to go and do a little bit more looking around and see if I can't find anything else. And shit. Oh shit. What? Leave the stone. You try and begin to exit through the hatch. To your surprise, you find it difficult to focus. You suddenly fall down through the hatch, closing behind you. You hit on your head and tumble down the stairs like a ragdoll. With a broken neck, you struggle to live, only to die moments later. Wow. Your adventure ends here, so you can't leave after that point, which is weird. So we're actually going to go back and not go through the hatch this time. And let's see if we can't go and save the town, because I think that's all we have left. Because we can't go back. I want to see if you could kill the bear with your sword, but you can't go back, so... Who knows? Discover the plague that spread. Alright, continue across. Nope. Alright, that's it. Alright, well... That was Disturbed. There may or may not be more. I don't know. I'll probably play around with it a little bit on my own. But yeah, that was kind of interesting. Like, some of the stuff that you do when your journey ends and you die or whatnot actually has hints as to what to do next and correlates with other stuff. Or, like, sometimes when you choose not to do something, it'll hint at other things that can do. And you just kind of gotta click around and see what you can find. And it's definitely an interesting game. I don't know. I thought it was fun. I thought it was interesting and kind of cool as to like the way it has you do things. And yeah, there are some times that you don't exactly know what exactly is going on or what you have to do, and so you just gotta kind of play around with it and have fun with it. So I don't know. I mean, it's free on Steam, so if you guys want to go play it, go ahead. It's up to you guys. And with that, if you like this video, blow up that like button, subscribe, and Top Hat Insomniac signing off in 3, 2, 1.